Most businesses think they need more people, better tools, or more time. What they actually need is one AI system set up in the right way. Right now, entire workflows are being automated with AI, and you don't even need technical skills to do it. And the reason this is suddenly possible is because of a new OpenAI feature that just released called Agent Builder. Hi, my name is Ross Simmonds. I'm the founder and CEO of Foundation Marketing and Distribution.ai. I have a ton of experience working with some of the biggest and fastest growing brands in the world. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact AI tools and workflows that are saving me over 20 hours a week. And I'll show you how to set this up from the start in the simplest way. We'll start by building an AI assistant for customer questions, set up a content system that runs on autopilot, automate your sales and follow-up, skips the spreadsheets entirely when it comes to data, and connect everything together with simple automations. Let's get into it. Before we build anything, let me quickly show you the tools we'll be using so you know exactly what to grab. Think of this less as software and more as roles inside of your AI system. You're not choosing tools yet, you're just understanding what each role does. For writing, thinking, and analysis, we'll be using ChatGPT and Claude. These handle emails, content, documents, and strategy, basically the thinking work. To connect everything together, we're going to use a tool like Zapier, which connects thousands of apps, or Make as an alternative. This is what lets your tools actually talk to one another. And for research, trends, and competitive analysis, we're going to use Perplexity, which pulls real-time information instead of guessing. We'll introduce them to you one at a time, only when they're needed, so everything stays simple and manageable. If you want something to follow along with as we build this, I've linked a free crash course in the description below. It walks through how to use AI in your business, including how to prompt it properly and adjust it for kinds of tasks that you should do in your specific industry. It's a great next step if you want to get more specific for your business after watching this. Let's talk about how to start and how to choose your starting point. A lot of businesses actually end up picking the wrong starting point, and that's why AI kind of feels harder than it needs to be. You don't need to automate everything all at once. The fastest way to see the results is to start with one specific area that's taking up the vast majority of the time in your business right now. If your inbox is filled with the same customer questions, start with customer service automation. If content creation always feels like it's falling behind, build a simple content system. If you're staring at spreadsheets and not sure what they are actually telling you, maybe data analysis is the part that you need to start with. And if growth feels like it's flat or stalled, start with research and automation around outreach. Pick one thing and get it working, and then expand from there. Let's go over how you can get started. Let's start with customer service, because this is where most people are going to see immediate time savings and immediate wins. This is how you stop answering the same questions over and over and over again. For most businesses, this is where the first 5 to 10 hours per week come from. Things like business hours, pricing, return policies, appointment booking, and basic troubleshooting can actually all be handled with AI. Here's how it works. First, you're going to create a custom GPT inside of ChatGPT trained on your business's information. Go to Explore GPTs, then click Create. Name it something simple, like your business assistant. I want you to upload your FAQs, your product details, policies, and all of the common questions that you are so tired of answering. Then provide instructions such as, answer customer questions about our products and services, be friendly and helpful. If unsure, direct them to support. Test with real questions and let's see what you get back. When working, this assistant can help you handle most of the common questions that your customers are asking. With even more advanced setups, you can even connect this to your website, your email, your social platforms, or messaging tools. Now hear me out. The goal isn't about replacing people, it's removing the repetitive work. Customer service is usually the fastest win. Now let's talk about content, because this is one of the biggest time drains for most teams. What I'm about to show you is a simple 30-minute content pipeline that replaces hours of writing, editing, and second guessing. You don't need to do all of this at once. This is just one repeatable workflow that you can use whenever you need content. Here's the flow. For blog posts, you're going to start with Perplexity, researching trending topics in your niche, your industry, to see what's actually performing well. Choose a topic and use ChatGPT to write that first draft. Then run that draft through Claude and clean up the tone, the voice, and clarity. From there, you're going to create images and visuals and graphs through Canva, and then you're going to publish that to your CMS. That used to take hours. Now it's done in like 30 minutes. For social media, spend one short session planning your week and themes inside of Notion. You can use the research you did with Perplexity to help figure out where you want to go. Now here's a really cool hack. Take a screenshot of that content calendar, upload it to ChatGPT, and ask it to help you create some of the content for these various platforms. Schedule everything through tools like Buffer, Distribution.ai, or Hootsuite, and check the performance as it comes in. For email marketing, you can create reusable templates in ChatGPT with personalization built in. test different subject lines, automate your workflows, your sequences. The most important part of this system is batching. Don't create one piece of content at a time. Set aside one session every week and create all of the content, schedule it, and move on with your day. Once the content engine is moving, it's time to shift your focus into really focusing on the money. That's sales and lead automation. Let's get to it. How to automate sales and lead gen. This is where AI starts to drive revenue, not just saving you time. And before this starts to sound like spammy outreach, the goal here is relevance, not volume. It starts with finding the right prospects. You can use tools like Perplexity to generate targeted lists based off of your ideal customer. For example, companies in a specific industry, location, or size. From there, you can layer in tools like LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which are going to help you filter and find the right people inside of those companies. And you can even use an email finder tool to get a very clean prospect list. Next comes personalization. Upload that list to ChatGPT and have it draft outreach emails that reference specific things about each company based off of the research that AI has done. Once the messages are ready, you can use Zapier, which connects to your tools together, and then it allows you to run this process automatically. Send messages, track opens, and replies. And we'll talk about Zapier a little bit more later. Here's a simple follow-up sequence you can copy and adjust for your own business. Day 1, send your initial email, personalized to the company or person that you're reaching out to. Day 3, follow up with something genuinely helpful, like a resource, an insight, or a quick tip related to their business that you've gathered from this research. Day 7, share a short case study or an example that shows how you've helped somebody in a similar situation. Day 14, send a polite final check-in that keeps the door open without pressure. The key is that every message still feels personal, like you've written it yourself, even though the system behind it is completely automated. That's where AI actually helps sales instead of hurting it. Once the lead starts to come in, the next challenge is understanding what actually is working and what isn't. So we have to analyze data. Here's how to do it with AI. If spreadsheets make your eyes glaze over, this section is for you, because this is where most teams quietly lose hours every single week. The easiest way to make data analysis simple is to upload your data to Claude and ask questions in plain language. You're gonna say something like, hey, Claude, take a look at these sales reports and tell me over the last few months, what type of trends should I be paying attention to? If you're reviewing customer feedback, you might want to ask something like, what are the 3 most common complaints that our team is seeing? For financial data, you can upload it and say, can you calculate the profit margins by product category and give me some insights into things that I'm not seeing? And for website analytics, something as simple as, what pages should I be focusing on to improve our visibility in the SERP? For regular reporting, export your data from the tools that you already use, upload it to Claude or ChatGPT, and ask for an executive summary highlighting some of the key insights and recommendations that it has for you to take. Now, if your CRM has a built-in AI tool like HubSpot's Breeze Assistant, you can ask all of these questions without exporting and uploading data to a bunch of different tools, and you can get AI-generated insights right from your data. For example, I can ask who my most engaged customers were in 2025. And from there, I can ask a follow-up question or generate a report based on that data, all in one place. So instead of spending hours in spreadsheets, you can get clear takeaways in a matter of seconds. You can even take this a step further. You can do predictive analysis like sales forecasting, spotting churn risk, planning inventory, estimating future budgets, just by asking AI to analyze patterns based off of historical data. Once you can understand your data, the real power comes from actually using it. This is where the workflow automations start to come in, where you're able to connect all of the different tools so the work moves forward without the manual steps. This is where the magic happens. Workflow automation, connecting it all together. At its core, workflow automation is simple. Something happens, AI takes an action, and there's a result. It shows up exactly where you need it. Here are a few of the most common and impactful automations that you should know. Now, hear me out. You don't need to use all of these, just the ones that remove your biggest time drains. Most businesses should start with 1 or 2. Like for finances, things like invoices flowing straight into your accounting software, expenses being automatically categorized, or maybe your payments being tracked without manual entry. For leads and customer supports, form submissions going directly into your CRM like HubSpot, reviews triggering draft responses that you can approve, and support tickets being triaged automatically based off of data of your customers. For operations, meeting recordings can be summarized with action items, contracts routed for signature, and orders triggering inventory updates and shipping labels. And for marketing, post ideas moving straight into your content calendar, content being scheduled automatically as it goes live, and performance data rolling into a single dashboard seamlessly, All of these follow the same pattern. A trigger happens, automation runs in the background, and the task is completed without you actually going from one tool to the next. The tool that makes this happen is Zapier. Zapier acts as a bridge between your apps, letting them talk to each other and run these workflows automatically. Zapier already integrates into essential tools like HubSpot, Google Workspace, Slack, and more, even your accounting software. So you're just connecting what you already use to one another. Here's a couple of examples of what this looks like in real life. When someone fills out a form, their information can be added to your CRM, logged into a spreadsheet, and trigger a confirmation email at the same time. Or when a calendar invite is created, a Zoom meeting can be automatically scheduled and a notes document prepared in advance based off of understanding the context of the meeting. For more advanced setups, you can even use OpenAI's platform to connect custom applications, databases, real-time systems, and more. But the most important thing here is to start simple, folks. Build one automation that removes friction from your day, get it working, and then expand from there. Once your workflows are running automatically, the next question is simple. Is it actually working? And there's only one way to find out, and that's to measure it. How to measure success. The good news is you don't need complicated dashboards to answer that. You just need to track a few simple things. I like to start with time saved. How many hours are you getting back every single week now that repetitive work is automated? Then look at efficiencies. What does the task cost you before automation, and what does it cost you now? How quick are customers getting responses? How much more content are you publishing on a regular basis? And finally, look at quality. Are better leads coming through? Are fewer things slipping through the cracks? You don't need a complicated formula to know if this is working, folks. After calculating how much time you've saved, ask yourself the simple question: what are you going to do with all this free time? If you're using it to take on more clients, publish more content, respond faster to leads, then that's where the ROI is going to show up. As long as the value of the time and the output is greater than what you're paying for the tools, this system is going to pay for itself. As a rough check, if automation saves you 10 hours a week and your tools cost less than what those 10 hours are worth for your business, guess what? You're ahead. To keep yourself on track, set simple benchmarks. In the first week, you might want to aim to save 1 or 2 hours. But by the end of the first month, look for noticeable efficiency gains. By month 3, you should feel like you're running a whole different business. Like a meaningful amount of the repetitive work is no longer on your plate. Here's a snapshot of what success looks like. 10 to 20 hours saved every single week. Instant customer responses around the clock. Content created and promoted in minutes instead of hours, and clear data insights whenever you need them. Once you've got the basics working and you can start to see real results, here's how you scale this without overwhelming yourself and the rest of your team. You focus on a system. Scaling your AI system. Start small. One tool handling one task. When that's working, start to expand into different tools in different departments. From there, you can roll out it more broadly across your business. And only after that is when you're going to start to optimize with more advanced setups and custom solutions. They can include things like custom GPTs trained on your business, AI agents that work together across tasks, predictive analytics, or even voice-based AI assistants. Now, none of this is required to get the value. Many businesses will not even need to go past the basics this year. That's completely fine. It's just what becomes possible once the foundation is in place. When it comes to training your team, folks, start with the people who are already using these tools that are curious and excited. Give them some simple guides to follow, share quick win success stories, and let that momentum build naturally. You are going to have to support them. The goal isn't perfection, it's steady adoption. So as you start using this more and more, a few things might not work perfect right away, and that's okay. But let me save you some headache. You need to ensure that you're doing troubleshooting. Almost every issue that you're going to run into comes down to clarity, not complexity. If AI gives you an incorrect or weird answer, that usually means that your prompts needed to be clearer. Be more specific about what you want and ensure that the context is provided when you communicate. If it starts to feel expensive, then let's start using some of the free tiers as well. You want to make sure that that investment is translating to ROI. And if your team is a little bit resistant, don't try to roll this all out at once. Show them examples of time saved, things that you've been able to adopt, and start to do that naturally. If integrations break and they're not connecting easily, then remember that maybe you should be asking an LLM how you can fix that problem within Zapier or another tool. Let the LLMs help you help it. And if output quality feels inconsistent, create a simple template and add a light review step. Results are going to stay reliable this way. If you want to avoid most of these issues entirely, the key is rolling this out in the right order. Here's exactly what to do and when. This is your implementation timeline. In week 1, focus on the foundations. Spend the first couple of days getting set up with ChatGPT and testing basic tasks. Then create your first simple automation and build your FAQ assistant. At the end of the week, review what's working and start to make small adjustments. In weeks 2 and 3, start connecting the pieces. Set up your content system, connect your tools with Zapier, train AI on your specific business information, and start paying attention to how much more time you are saving. In week 4, take a step back. Grab a cup of coffee and look at the results. Double down on what's working, loop in your team members if it's needed, and plan what you want to tackle next. Then over the next couple of months, you can expand more intentionally, rolling this out across departments, adding more advanced workflows, and optimizing for return. Only where it makes sense for your business, of course. Remember, the most important thing for you to know is that AI doesn't require technical skills. You don't need to be an engineer. You don't need to have a computer science degree. And you don't need to overhaul your entire business overnight. You start small, scale what works, and keep humans in that oversight seat the entire time. Automation compounds. Every single small system that you put in place is going to free up more time, reduce friction, and make the next step easier. And you're always in control of how far you can take this. To help you put this into action, remember I have linked below a free AI for Business Builders crash course in the description. It's going to walk you through a simple 4-step framework for using AI in your business with prompts, with templates, and clear next steps. It's linked in the description. If this video helped, hit subscribe. We're sharing more practical AI and marketing strategies every single week. And drop a comment. Just let me know which of the automations that we talked about today you're going to start with first. I'd love to hear it. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you on the internet.